What if we could power our vehicles and generate electricity with trash? Globally, we produce more than 2 billion tons of waste every year, and 37% of this trash goes to the landfill, producing methane and polluting the atmosphere. Methane is a very potent greenhouse gas. Less than 20% of the world's trash is recycled, and most plastics ends up in the river. And to get rid of this waste, more than 1 billion tons of trash were burned. Open burning generates high level of black carbon, such as soot, which has a really strong global warming effect. So there are ways to turn trash into energy, and one of them is through the process called gasification. Gasification is a process that converts carbon containing material at high temperature and in a limited amount of oxygen environment into synthesis gas, shortened for syngas. Syngas can be used directly in gas engine, converted to methanol or hydrogen, or processed via Fischer-Tropsch process to create synthesis fuel. So today, I'll be going through the process of how gasification can be used to turn trash into energy, and I'll also be going through 4 other processes that we can use to turn trash into energy. To kick things off, starting with incineration. Incineration is the thermal decomposition of carbon materials. Solid waste, such as municipal solid waste, are collected and transported to the incineration facility. In the incineration facility, waste is being dumped into big pits where it is being fed into the furnace. The waste is being heated at a very high temperature. The heat from the waste can be turned into steam and can be used to turn a turbine and generate electricity. And the heat can also be used to heat homes. Unlike open burning, incineration is the burning of waste in a controlled manner. After the incineration process, ash is being produced in the furnace. This ash can be used for construction. Although incineration process can generate heat and energy, but it has some downsides. For example, the ash produced in the incineration process needs to be disposed of in the landfill. Incineration also generates a lot of CO2, and it produces dioxin and furan, which are known to cause cancer. So incineration is not the best way to turn our trash into energy. Let's go back to gasification. Gasification is a process that converts carbon containing material into synthesis gas. This process needs limited amounts of oxygen and steam. Gasification occurs in a gasifier, which is typically a high temperature and a high pressure vessel. The feedstock is exposed to limited amounts of oxygen and steam. The chemical reaction in the gasifier breaks down the organic material and turns it into syngas. Syngas is the mixture of carbon monoxide and hydrogen gas. Syngas is flammable and it can be used as fuel itself. Through Fischer-Tropsch process, syngas can be converted to synthetic fuel. In gasification process, instead of getting ash as the residue product, we get slag. Slag can be used for road construction. Instead of landfilling waste, syngas can be an option for treating our waste. Another process of turning our waste into energy is a process called pyrolysis. Pyrolysis is a process that involves the thermal decomposition of organic materials in an oxygen-starving environment. For fire to be created, we need 3 things. Number 1 is fuel. We also need oxygen, and we need heat for combustion to happen. But in the process of pyrolysis, oxygen is excluded. The key is to keep oxygen out of the process. If not, it would be like combustion. So instead of ash to be produced, we have a solid residue called biochar. Biochar is a substance that is very rich in carbon, which makes it useful for soil improvement. Another product that we can get from pyrolysis process is a condensable liquid called tar. This liquid is formed during the cooling process of pyrolysis. This product can be used for road construction or roofing materials. The gaseous product that we can get from pyrolysis is syngas. Syngas is the mixture of carbon monoxide, hydrogen, and other light hydrocarbons. Another process to turn trash into energy is a process called anaerobic digestion. Anaerobic digestion is the process of breaking down organic matters like animal dumping and plants by microbial action with the absence of oxygen to produce methane gas. This methane can be captured and burned to produce heat and electricity. Anaerobic digestion systems are designed to capture the biogas from this breakdown to produce energy. Biogas can be collected and directly used as fuel for cooking, heating, or electricity generation. There are 4 stages by which this microorganism can break down the organic material. We have the hydrolysis, acidogenesis, acetogenesis, and methanogenesis. Hydrolysis is the first stage of conversion of organic material into biogas. In this stage, certain bacteria break down the organic polymers like carbohydrates into sugar so that the next group of bacteria can further the process. The second process of conversion of organic materials into biogas is a process called acetogenesis. methanogenesis. In this stage, certain bacteria called acidogenic bacteria convert sugar and amino acid into carbon dioxide, hydrogen gas, ammonia, and organic acids. The third stage of conversion of organic materials into biogas is a process called acetogenesis. In this stage, certain bacteria called acetogenic bacteria convert organic acid into acetic acid, hydrogen, and carbon dioxide. The last stage of conversion of organic materials into biogas is a process called methanogenesis. In this stage, certain single-celled bacteria called methogens convert the intermediate products into methane and carbon dioxide. After anaerobic digestion process, digestate is produced. Digestate contains nutrients and organic matter. It can be used as fertilizer, returning valuable products into the soil. Its application is to improve the soil fertility. Digestate is a solid or liquid residue that is being produced after anaerobic digestion. Another process that we can use to convert our waste into energy is a process called landfill gas capture. This process is similar to anaerobic digestion. When the waste is first dumped on the landfill, aerobic digestion occurs on the waste. Aerobic digestion involves oxygen, which makes it to produce little methane. Within a year, anaerobic digestion starts to establish on this waste, and anaerobic digestion involves no oxygen, which makes it to produce a lot of methane. Instead of the methane allowed to be released into the atmosphere, it is being collected and treated and used as energy source, such as cooking. But this is not better than other processes like gasification and pyrolysis, because no matter how they collected and treated the waste, methane will still be released into the atmosphere. So it is better not to landfill waste and later collect the methane gas by landfill gas capture.